Hello everyone, this is Ultimate Number and welcome back for more Donkey Kong 64. In the last part, we did Jungle Japes with everyone, and in this part, we're gonna go do the next level. Now, before I begin, I would like to point out something that I failed to mention in one part. Remember Mystery? I didn't succeed in explaining what it takes to unlock that. I mean, common sense says you have to capture at least 2 fairies or something, or fairies at all. And that's somewhat true, except you actually only need to capture 1 fairy, despite the fact that the minimum required to unlock anything in that mode at all is 2. So anyway, I'm gonna switch to Chunky here. Not that I'm gonna do the level with Chunky, the next level with Chunky, first of all, but only because for optimization reasons. But first of all, I'm going to turn this key to Clumsy here to show you it does nothing. Not only does it do nothing, but Clumsy is like not really all that happy. Like, he knows that turning in keys one at a time isn't going to help him much. So he knows he's still going to be trapped in that cage. Every time you turn in a key to Clumsy, he always seems so excited that maybe the cage will open up. Maybe, like, who knows? Maybe it will. But it doesn't. How sad for him. 60. So I got 61 golden bananas. This guy only needs 30. I got more than twice the amount of golden bananas for you. Also, I kind of forgot to turn off story skip, didn't I? Oh well, I'll see you after it. No need to show it. Okay, sorry about that skip. The reason I'm skipping those cutscenes, by the way, is well, I've already explained it. I don't need to explain it again. Anyway, welcome to Gloomy Galleon, which is honestly the best water level I have ever seen in my life. Nothing can ever top a water level as great as this. The only reason I started with Chunky is not only to open that gate, but also to open something way in the back of here. This is like the one level I can't really do everything as a single Kong before I can move on to the next. And that applies to, I think, every Kong, really. I mean, this level basically expects you to have every Kong at this point. I mean, you've already seen how spread out their collectibles is, like, already. You shall see it even more soon enough. Let's switch to Donkey Kong here, so we can open, not that way, Lighthouse over here. I was gonna start this level with Donkey Kong, but the thing is, really? The thing... Why didn't I start with this Donkey Kong? I'll explain. I'll explain it when I actually get to Donkey Kong himself. I kind of forgot it. Point is, I started with Lanky Kong because he seems to be the best Kong to start out with, assuming you're doing the whole collect everything with one Kong before moving on to the next, or at least as much as you can. Lanky Kong is the best here. Oh, now I remember why I started with Lanky Kong, because, well, I'll get to it when I actually get to the point, to the reason I started with Lanky Kong here, because we haven't seen anything at this level yet. I mean, judging from the name alone, we see water. We know there's water, and we've already seen water, but how much water is in this level? Well, you'll see. This level's like 50% water, basically. It really is. And I feel like it's done its job really well. But we haven't seen these in the level yet. I can't compliment it yet. I'll just compliment it as I get to the those parts of the level. But oh wait, Ballerina. What is this, Ballerina? More critter carnage. You know what that means? I was watching some television. Oh wait, I already done this before. So you know, I'm not going to do it again. I kind of forgot the lyrics anyway. So I don't need to do it again. I don't even need to fight these guys. They don't know any move other than swiping, or barking, or biting. Reptiles don't bark. Maybe I'll fight a few of them. How did that not hurt any of them? How did that not hurt a single one of them? You know what? F you guys. Come on. I'm just gonna stand by the corner here. That's right, folks. If you stand in the corner of the battle arena, the enemies just ignore you completely. They just don't acknowledge your existence anymore. I learned that from a speedrun recently. A speedrun of all collectibles. True 101%. I like these guys. They're basically TNT clobbers, so they're not as annoying. They're not as annoying because they actually blow up when they activate, like real TNT should. I love how they say, uh-oh, when they're about to blow up. They're so humorous. Not only do they die just from activating, if anything comes in contact with them, they also die, which is also funny. Anyway, let's go to the lighthouse first, because that's what my route says, that is the best for my optimization routing, it seems. This lighthouse area, it sure is a lighthouse area. Like, this area is like the smaller one of the two, and as such there's not as much to do in it, but it's aesthetic in its own way. It's only really aesthetic when we actually activate the lighthouse. Well, that was late. I'm going to immediately transform to Unguard here because Unguard is the only one who can open these treasure chests. Did I grab a melon? Yeah, I grabbed a melon. Apparently Unguard is as destructive as Ramby, so you know what? You know what I say to you, treasure chests that require locks? Damn it, I missed! Oh well. What, you mean you need a key to bust through some flimsy lock? Well, that's all the treasure chest, but oh wait, we're not done with Unguard yet. Well, we're far from it, but in this area specifically, we still need to destroy this barrier. Unlike Ramby, we don't need to do a charge move. Unfortunately, Unguard does not have a charge move. All he knows is stab and swim. A to swim, B to stab. Z just acts like the water break every Kong knows how to do. But Unguard swims extraordinarily faster than every other Kong. It's insane. Like, really, you can really see it here. Like, even Lanky Kong can't outswim Unguard, and Lanky Kong's like the fastest swimmer of the Kong family. But we don't know that. We don't know about Manky Kong, or Funky Kong, or Candy Kong, or Cranky Kong. Knowing Cranky Kong, he might claim he's the fastest swimmer of them all. Because, you know, he's cranky. He claims he's better than everyone outright. For any reason. That is every banana, right? Right. Believe it or not, we're already done with this area. It was nice knowing you, Lighthouse. But Lanky Kong's not the main Kong who goes here. So, we'll compliment that at some other time. Especially when we go inside the lighthouse itself. As you can see, there's an entrance to it. The lighthouse gets more beautiful when the lighthouse is actually lit. Because, you know, lighthouses. Lighthouses are always more aesthetically pleasing when they're actually lit. And at nighttime. I'm not going that way just yet. Oh, there's a reason for that. No. Brain fart there, forgive me. I meant to press a switch. The switch right here. Because this switch opens up that gate over there. Where's there, you say? It's where I'm heading. You haven't seen anything yet, but it's where I'm heading. You'll just have to believe me. Besides, we only got 30 seconds, so we have no time to waste. Fortunately, I know where it is. It's right here. With the ship gate opening thing, like, many people get confused where it is, even though there's only really 7 areas of the gate opening. It really gets aggravating. Knowing which gate opens is half the battle. I'll admit the swimming's not the greatest. Like, in this level specifically, like, this level's built for swimming. But despite that, this level I'll just say this much, the camera isn't your friend. In this level specifically. Despite it being the best water level. That's really the only problem with this level. Is the... Get in there! Jeez. Like, sure, it's fine in interiors, but when you're trying to collect all the collectibles from the treasure chest specifically, when you're swimming on the ocean floor specifically, then the camera's bad. That's really my only problem with this level. But otherwise, this level is really, really fantastic. Really aesthetically pleasing if you decide to look at stuff. You may not know, I don't know about this ship, but like, maybe this ship doesn't have it. I know one ship definitely does. I won't say what it is until I get to that part. Done with that, let's go become Unguard again. By the way, Lanky Kong's the only Kong who can become Unguard, which is one reason I started this level with Lanky Kong. But the other reason is these damn treasure chests. Pow! So as you can see, these treasure chests contain others' collectibles, but the thing is, they're not just for Lanky Kong. They're for every Kong. Except Chunky Kong. Chunky Kong doesn't get any treasure. Boo-hoo. But that's fine. That just makes his work all the more easy for him. Like I say, Chunky Kong gets the easiest treatment. See, look at this. And at this point of the game, the point to where you no longer need coins anymore. That's the reason I chose Lanky Kong first. And the thing is, those treasure chests, they're not permanently gone. If you exit the level, then they come back. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna do this level all in one, obviously, but like, according to save states, I will. I'm gonna use save states for a bit, just only to save where I picked up last time. Now, this will cause some difficulties with my practice file. I'll manage somehow. I'll manage. With this unlocked now, let's go in here. But, oh wait, I have a problem. I forgot to change the tide. How do I get up there now? Like that. This is obviously not the intended way to get up here, but I recently learned this. And the reason I didn't go out of my way to increase the tide level is a reason you'll see later. I found with Lanky Kong, if you're doing every collectible as Lanky Kong, then you're gonna find yourself changing the tide constantly. And by constantly, I mean like twice. But those 2 times are like really, really inconvenient times. And they just waste a lot of time, so I figured I'd just save some minutes. Talking as if I'm a speedrunner. Obviously, on top of this pile of gold doubloons is a bonus barrel. You've probably seen a pile of gold doubloons with... Apparently they've been snowed on, but you can't see it from here because of draw distance, but there's a bonus barrel on that side too. That side, I believe, is Diddy Kong's side.
It's a bonus stage.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. What do you mean, if I'm not mistaken? I know it's Diddy Kong. Oh boy, Searchlight Seek. Like, this minigame is, like, really, really easy. Like, I do like this minigame's concept is, like, you're in the dark with a searchlight, and you're trying to aim for where the claptrap's going. I like that. What I don't like is the sheer spam of Searchlight Seek. There's like, I think in the end of this game, near the end, like, they spam Searchlight Seek constantly, and it's the same difficulty every time. Like, variety much? So, now let's go get Flanky's collectibles, in which I know there's only these 3 coins down here. It doesn't look like 3 coins, but if you go on further examination, they are. Last but not least, let's go to this musical cactus. The reason I didn't go to high tide first is because of this musical cactus. In case you don't know, this level does have high tide and low tide. When it's high tide, you can access stuff that is much higher up. But when it's low tide, you can access stuff that was otherwise submerged. This would have been submerged if it was high tide. That was the whole reason I did not go out of my way to make it high tide yet. Although I do need to make it high tide for Lanky at some point, so I'll end this part with that, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose. So you saw that ship was number 4, right? Thing is, no one I know of ever pays attention to where the numbered gates are on where that cutscene indicated. Also, I'm just going out of my way here just because I have enough time to do so. Just enough time to activate the pads. It won't help me much. Like I never use these warp pads unless it's... Well, there's only one specific banana porter I use, and it's number 5, but that's for good reason, because you have to do it. You just simply have to. See, we're like, what? I don't have the timer next to me, but like, I'm gonna guess 12 minutes, and we already have everything? And I said Gloomy Galleon was gonna give me some trouble. I'm rather enjoying my time. Hello, pufferfish. You sure died and didn't kill me. Like, those pufferfish, they explode when you get near them, and they have a long range like you wouldn't believe. Oh, man. Like, they have such a long range like you wouldn't believe. Also, 85 bananas? Did I miss something? Hold on, let me go back. Going back. Let me check. Just gonna glitch through here, don't mind me. Yeah, sorry about that. No, I did not miss something. I'm kind of panicking right now because I don't know where I missed something. Like, I should have 90 oh, right. I'm an idiot. The 5 bananas are at the start. Go me. You do that, Clobber. You do that. No, don't go that way yet. Also, I did indeed forget something there. Another problem with Gloomy Galleon is the draw distance of collectibles. Examples being this balloon right here. Like, this isn't the worst draw distance balloon in the game, but it is really bad. Thankfully, it's not required to beat the game, so I'll give it that much. That is one thing I can give about out-of-the-way collectibles. They're not required at all. But they're there if you need them, if you're adventurous enough to go. Stop going the wrong way, jeez. Ow. First time I got hit in this segment. Alright, now let's change it to high tide. I clearly did not hit that switch. That was the Rugrats effect, where you hit next to the switch. No, I did not hit next to the switch. I hit like a few feet in front of it. So that's not the Rugrats effect, so ignore me. Now that it's high tide, I can go get the only thing left for Lanky. Have you been paying attention to what it is? Of course you have. It's the blueprint, the most important collectible of them all. Oh, blueprints are important to get. Don't get me wrong. You'll see. Lanky, please get up, please, jeez. I just want the blueprint. It's not difficult. Just die. Just die. Thank you. Cactus Splat's really bad if you don't know how to approach him. And that should be everything with Lanky Kong. I may have gone all over the place, but oh well, I'll collect my thoughts eventually. I'll finish each and every subject eventually. I only have 4 more segments to do that. Next time in Gloomy Galleon? In Gloomy Galleon. Not Donkey Kong 64, Gloomy Galleon. I mean, that makes sense. Next time in Gloomy Galleon, we'll go through with another Kong. I'm not sure which yet. Probably Donkey Kong, honestly. Donkey Kong was going to be the first Kong to go in Gloomy Galleon, because Donkey Kong basically unlocks everything. But I figured I'd do it with Donkey Kong just to... Well, for reasons I'll explain in the Donkey Kong segment itself, alright? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.